Please hit the like button to show your love to us. Share it with everyone to spread Jimin's love. Subscribe and be part of our family. Turn on the notifications button so you don't miss the latest videos. This video will be about the history of BTS pre-debut. There are missing informations as so many things happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. The video is also going to be way more detailed about the rap line than the vocal line, because the rap line members were the only ones really in the public eye until the end of 2012. The story will be in 3 parts as the history is long and complicated, and there will be some speculations based on the events. So before we start, here are some basics. Number 1. Bangtan first officially appeared in August 2010 with only Namjoon and Young Huncheol, Iron, revealed as members. Namjoon had joined Big Hit in May 2010. There is no info on when Iron joined except that it was after Namjoon. Number 2. Bangtan was originally abbreviated as BPB, which came from their English name, Bulletproof Boys, no Boy Scouts at this point. The switch to BTS as the abbreviation happened mid-2011 with the release of Satori Rap. Number 3. There were about 30 trainees for Bangtan, but not all of them were ever in the official lineup. The official members were Namjoon, Iron, Shin Dong-hyuk, Supreme Boy, Choi Ik, I11 Evn, Yoongi, Hoseok, Hobi, and someone named Park Youngman. That there are no information about him other than he was older than 94 line, while some articles saying it's Kiddo. Here are the former BTS trainees. Number 4. Bangtan featured on 5 official tracks in 2010 to 2011, always credited as Bangtan, rather than the members' names, and Namjoon was on all 5. Hoseok also featured on Jo Kwon's Animal in 2012 and was credited as Young Hoseok of BTS. Number 5. Bangtan also released a few tracks during this time, including We Are BPB, later reworked into We Are Bulletproof .1, and Hook Gayo. BPB journey from 2010 to mid-2011. Bangtan's existence began with a night of drinking between Big Hit producer Dog and Sleepy, a rapper from the duo Untouchable. Dog is actually a rapper as well, though I don't think he's done much of it since Bangtan's debut. Over drinks, Sleepy asked Dog if he wanted to hear a really talented high school-aged rapper he knew, and when Dog agreed, Sleepy played him some of Namjoon's underground stuff. By this time, Namjoon was actually on a bit of a hiatus from rapping and focusing on his schoolwork. We will be posting a video for pre-debut RM as he used to work as Runch Randa. Dog was impressed enough that he played the songs for Bang PD, and Bang PD told him to have Namjoon come in for an audition. Namjoon came in and apparently signed a contract immediately after his audition. There doesn't seem to have been any real plan in place at the beginning, because Bang PD mentioned in an early interview that they didn't have any trainee system in place at the time, didn't have any vetting period for trainees, didn't have any dorms to stay in. Basically, they seem to have signed Namjoon and then tried to figure out everything else after that. In a 2017 interview, Bang PD said he wanted to make a hip-hop group with Namjoon at its center. Then that idea later changed into an idol group as the years went on. Speculation. BTS past post claimed that Iron is the leader of the group and he is the original leader. But there is no other evidence to support that claim except that Iron is older than RM. But considering this interview, the fact Namjoon is the first member, the only member on all pre-debut tracks, and was confirmed by an ex-trainee Jihoon that RM had been the leader since before Jihoon joined in summer 2011. So we think that RM was the leader from the start. Between May and August, Namjoon would go to Big Hit after school and then later go back home. When Big Hit got their first dorm for male trainees in August, he was the first to move in. It is not clear if Iron ever stayed in the dorms or not. Also, there is no information about how early Supreme Boy joined, though he was definitely in the group by September 13, 2010. It could be that Namjoon was the only person actually in the dorm at first. Bangtan was first revealed to the public on August 30, 2010 with promotions for the first Hitted editions. The 2 revealed members were Namjoon and Iron. The fan cafe was opened for the group at the same time. Namjoon and Iron were billed as having underground experience, and the group was advertised as a hip-hop crew. But at least from the comments on Hip Hop Playa, Namjoon seems to be the only one people knew of. Iron also came from the same academy in Gwangju as Hoseok, Hobi, so it's possible Big Hit may have picked Iron up through them. Dog mentioned that after getting Namjoon, they looked at a lot of people like Benzino and Basic before holding the first open auditions. Along with photos of Namjoon and Iron, they released 2 solo tracks apiece. Namjoon's were 17 and Dreaming An. Iron's were Show and ING. Contestants for the hidden auditions were required to use the music from one of these 4 tracks and write and perform their own rap about school life or a societal problem. Contestants then needed to upload a video of them performing their song to Dom TV, which unfortunately shut down, so all the old auditions videos are lost. Yoongi's entry used the music from Namjoon's 17. After being filmed, the entries were uploaded for people to vote on a site/app called Lovebeat. Yoongi's performance came in first place, and he along with 2 other people from the Lovebeat voting were selected by the judges to go to the hit finals. Yoongi is credited on the poster for the finals as Lovebeat first place winner Min Yoongi, and Ich is credited as the Dom TV first place winner. The hit finals were held on October 24th at NB2 in Hongdae. The format was a rap battle, and according to the poster, Yoongi and Ich were seated opposite each other and faced off in the final round. 88, a co-ed group made up of Lee Hyun, Joo Hee, and Baek Chan, San Yi, and Bangtan, by this time 3 members with Supreme Boy added, were there, and Bangtan performed afterward. Yoongi placed second to Ich in the rap battle but was promising enough that Big Hit took him in anyway, only first place was guaranteed a spot. There's footage of them performing at the club that night, and both of them later re-recorded their raps. Yoongi's swagger and diss both come from this night. The diss re-recording also has an additional line. In the live performance, Yoongi ended by saying it was obvious he won. In the re-recording he adds a line saying, "But I lost. Damn." Backing up to September 13, 2010. Bangtan released their first group track, Hokgeo. Sometimes also called Brave Brothers diss track. Namjoon, Iron, and Supreme Boy were all on this track. The track was a response to an earlier track by Brave Brothers, who is one person not a group, that had dissed Bang PD among others. About 2 weeks later, on September 30, 2010, the group had their first official featuring on Lim Jong-hee's Ashes. RM and Iron were the 2 members that featured on the song and wrote their own raps, but only the group as a whole was credited on KONCA, which is the Korean Music Copyright Association. All of the early promotion and features on 2010 to 2011 only ever credited the group as a whole. Ashes is also the source of the very first Bangtan Bomb episode, which is a short video of Namjoon and Iron working with Lim Jong-hee to record the track. Then on October 12, 2010 they released We Are BPB. This song gets often confused with We Are Bulletproof PT1, which reworked this song and was released on SoundCloud by the group in 2015 in preparation for the BTS Begins concert. Namjoon's part was kept in the new version but split between him and Jungkook. Supreme Boys and Irons were dropped and new lyrics added. What makes it even funnier is that Yoongi then reused his new verse in We Are Bulletproof PT1 in August a year later. On October 26, 2010, Bangtan featured on 2AM's Love You Hate You. RM, Supreme Boy, and Iron were all featured in the song. Though Supreme Boy and Iron's verses were split in half, they got 4 lines each while Namjoon had the typical 8. In a diss song to DNH released in November 2010, BPB is also mentioned. Note, even though it's called a diss song, the lyrics were actually pretty complimentary for the most part, which was why the song was titled, Is This Diss? The lyric video for the song also features the earliest Bangtan logo, which will change twice more before they officially debut in 2013. As you can see, it uses the initials BPB and the English name is Bulletproof Boys, not the boys that Bang PD had used in his earlier tweet about them. Namjoon also name drops representing BPB in the DNH song Rollin' from around August 2011. The name change from BPB to BTS seems to roughly coincide with the shift from a hip-hop crew to a hip-hop idol group. After winning a place in the hidden auditions, Yoongi moved into the dorms in November 2010 and Hoseok, Hobi, joined in December 2010. The date on his helmet for Dope is a reference to his dorm move and date. Around this time, the mysterious Park Young-man also joins. You can see his name written on the whiteboard in the picture along with other Bangtan trainees. The image comes from an old reality music competition on MBC called Star Audition. The Great Birth that Bang PD was one of the judges on. But for this particular month the rankings were Ikj at 1, Namjoon at 2, Supreme Boy at 3, Yoongi at 4. While Hoseok, Hobie, and Young Man were unranked. In Hoseok's Hobie, Too Cool for School thanks to section, he divides his acknowledgements into two groups: former Bangtan trainees and former Bangtan members. He included Young Man on the list of members rather than trainees, so whoever this guy was, he was considered to actually be in the group even though he never featured on anything. The other people Hoseok, Hobie, included on his list of former members were Ikj and Iron. Supreme Boy wasn't listed here as he was thanked elsewhere in Hoseok's Hobie page. Namjoon also mentions Young Man along with Iron, Ikj, and Jihoon, more on him in part 2, as Big Hit Fam. And there is no other information about this guy, Young Man. In February 2011, Bangtan features on 2 more songs, Lee Hyun's Bad Girl and Ken Mi Yoon's Because I'm a Foolish Woman. Because I'm a Foolish Woman is still available to listen to on Spotify and features Namjoon, Iron, and Supreme Boy. Bad Girl is credited as featuring BTS and Glam, a girl group co-managed by Big Hit. Despite the fact that only the leaders of each group actually appeared on the song, Jiyeon of Glam and Namjoon. Shortly after these songs came out, something major must have gone on behind the scenes. Bangtan had always been advertised as debuting sometime in 2011. But for some reason those plans were scrapped indefinitely and instead the second hit editions began and the lineup was redone. Stay tuned, as part 2 is coming soon. Please hit the like button to show your love to us. Share it with everyone to spread Jimin's love. Subscribe and be part of our family. Turn on the notifications button so you don't miss the latest videos.